Yeah, there you go, Okro. I like it. Ice is broken. So the only thing we haven't broken the ice on is the tuna. At least of the... Oh yeah, that'd be awesome, Junior Mall. That's actually, I mean, my whole idea about the Florida map is to do something like that. Get lower level players fishing at a North American based map, even though it's going to be in my mind, this like imaginary map that I'm creating for them. It's going to be a really big map, and there's going to be parts of the map you won't be able to experience till you're much higher level. I think something like that on this map could be really cool. All right, we're not staying here, but I just want to, in case I think I used my happy hour last night. In case for some weird reason when I cast this, why are we still moving that fast? In case it like starts another happy hour, like I just wanted to know that. Actually, I think the place that I saw this exact combination of baits, yeah, they were like clipping at 12, which is so early to me. I'm going to let it go 15, I think. But we will stop it there. Because this is for the very, very smallest stuff. All right, so you stop it at 12, or 15 in my case, or you could do 12. Lift it a couple times and you just hope you have a fish. So this is like trying to catch tiny little, you know, sardine, sorry, that kind of stuff. Okay, we did not get happy hour, by the way. So we'll come back and do some experiments on 34. For now, let's head on out and see what we can figure out with these Gummi Max. There we go. Yeah, so we're on the sardine. So this is just supposed to be really fast bite rate. Just pull in the sardines. Which, let's don't keep junking our net. Okay, so we are headed out. It's like northeast from here. Yeah, that's what I think, Junior Mall. That's what I would think. I mean, I just know there's parts of Florida where you can, you know, from the same general area, you can get an inland, you know, fishing tour and go catch huge bass and other cool stuff. Or you can get a saltwater tour and go, you know, out a little ways and catch shark or, you know, torpin, whatever. There's just, and it's out of the same city, out of the same area. So you could do it and it not feel that unrealistic. The intercoastal area of some parts of Florida is so close that it almost feels like the same place. Yeah, that would be cool, actually. Or they could just use my idea, which would also be cool. Imagine how many different cool ideas you would have, though, if you actually opened that up. So, not that this necessarily matters, but I'm just curious. Has anyone in chat actually fished with these fire gummies? I don't mean these particular ones, but any of them. Or is it just the blind leading the blind today? You're far from those, Okra. Yeah, so we opened up these last night. We're now 80.3. The next thing we hit is the big boy shads. I mean, I think once I hit 85%, other than a little bit more stuff on the bottom rig and you know, eventually the heavy, I mean, it's like that next 85% seems like a pretty big deal. So you've used these, Jack Bro? I feel like somebody yesterday told me that they're pretty slow. I'm wondering if there's a reason why the setup that I found online didn't have auxiliary hook, attraction elements, and fillet on there. You're fishing on 41 with Vinga and Barracuda. Jigging rig and cuss keep biting. Oh shoot, we're too far. This is where we're supposed to be. Dude, you're George 1 2002. You're the person I was giving a hard time to in chat yesterday. Oh, is that right, Okro? That's a good guess. Let's see how fast it does sink. Because this is a pretty, I mean, this isn't like we're on a 34-meter bank here, so. And somebody was saying if you close it and then open it, it actually goes faster. How is the fishing, Jack Bro? What happened? Are you like, is your name similar in RF4? George 1? Yeah, I was just saying that like the way you communicate sometimes, like everybody knew yesterday that 83 at Amber was really good silver. You know, there were posts about it on VK, there were posts about it on Discord. You know, like people are catching, occasional trophies, but they're just making a ton of silver there, right? And you're in chat saying Amber stinks. Like, no one should come to Amber. This is the worst. I've been fishing for 2 hours, no bites. And I don't know, it just was like, no matter what anybody said, it was so negative. So I hopefully I wasn't too harsh. I just was like, man, it felt like, can't we just chill and have a good time? All right, we're perking. Quick bite. First fish on a Gummi. By the way, that did sink really fast. So if the bite rate isn't greatly affected with these Gummi eel lures, and we're fishing at this kind of depth, maybe it is worth it. But an auxiliary hook shouldn't affect the how fast it sinks that much, right? And I wouldn't think that the fillet, like the large fillet, so would affect it that much. Anyway, sorry, George. I wasn't trying to like call you out. I just, as you may know if you've been around much, I just get a little bit fatigued with like all the negative stuff in chat. So I just was feeling that way, and then you happened to be there yesterday. Yeah. And you know what, to be fair, someone came to your defense immediately and was like, sometimes we all just get frustrated. We've been having a certain experience or we have certain expectations, and then like it stops. And that can be a frustrating place to be. Yeah, so we'll put an auxiliary hook on. And we'll put a fillet on. I know that this stuff can slow it down, although I don't think that like the straight sticks actually. Yo, what's up, Mui? It looks like it's still going pretty fast to me. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Maybe they found, like, with the redfish, which is going to, I would assume, always be on the fire gummies. Like, if that's really what you're fishing for, then why distract from that? Like, that's what they're going for, so why not just have that? I don't know. So it was hot, but you managed 7. Junior Mall says a mangrove river or swamp would be cool. I think tarpon. I mean, just in real life, tarpon is probably my favorite fish that I've ever fished for. And I've only done it on a guided tour thing, but it was still like a blast. So I would love to see that in game. All right, let's see what we do here. Yeah, I agree with that, Junior Mall. Yeah, no worries, George. I I don't know why lately I've been so affected or worried about negativity in chat, but it's just really been on my radar. But it's a huge chat. We all have good and bad days, and I get that. So I don't know. I probably just need to chill. I'm waiting on my mother-in-law to bring me back right now, hospital delivery. I've never fished outside of network. I'd love to go out on the coast or down south and fish saltwater. Yeah. I haven't had that opportunity very many times, but it's fun. Yo, Blunty, it looks like there was a lot of Fisher Online content on Discord when I opened it up this morning. I don't know who. My goodness, it's taking forever. This is a long way to reel a fish in, guys. So if all we're going to catch are these small redfish, which maybe that's not all we're going to catch. We do have this huge lure on. Like there's always the chance that we get something big. But why are we using the huge setup is what I'm trying to figure out though. Oh, no, we did not just pull a blue whiting out. I don't know who, let's see, let me open up, not open up, but let me pull my Discord back open. I don't know who W2F27 is. Do y'all know who that is? But they have so much information about spots and trophies and stuff in, oh my goodness, and they love the Don River. I don't know how to fish that place. I need to ask them like if they have any general suggestions about Don River. Huh. He just gives so much information. So much. All right, we do not want to pull blue whitings out of this 120, however deep it is, meter hole. But I would love to catch a big redfish. I've never had, certainly never had a trophy redfish. I don't even know that I've had that big of a redfish. I wonder if both types of redfish are here. Oh, I'm not going to remember like what they're called. Okay, so beaked redfish. The biggest one I've had is 1.2. Small redfish, 2.5. Is that the only two types? I don't even know. So we're at about 135 meters down. Another small fish. I don't know, what do we give it, like 10, 15 minutes? If we're only catching small fish, don't we just switch to a smaller setup? Oh, that's weird, Blunty. I'm not sure if I've ever seen something quite like that. I do like how it's not very punitive to get spooled in that game. I mean, it's a little bit punitive if you have like a really expensive lure on, but it was a small redfish. Yikes. What did the blue whiting come on? Ah, you don't want to see tiny fish like that coming on our gummy eels. How's it going, Psycho? Seiko. I'm on this little spot here, I-5. Let me see the last redfish post. I mean, that's really what people are going for with these gummies, right? Do y'all remember people targeting anything else with gummies besides redfish? All right, here's a redfish post. Oh, but they weren't using gummies. I can't find. I know there's been other recent gummy posts, but maybe Blunty. That's always possible. That's always possible. Is this going to be a pilker rod, George? Yeah, those are all right. What percentage marine fishing are you, I guess, is the main question. This is painful, y'all. You're 55 right now. I don't know. All I can tell you is when I first got here, I got the Ocean Queen 86 because it was over 60 kilos. I never even considered doing something over 60 kilos until I got my medium boat rod with the big test and the big load capacity. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to advise you to try to like do an in-between step. Yo, bad boys, are you exhausted? Did you do crawfish trap at, did Russia end up being the best place? I love the China map. Those koi are so good, I think. 2,000 plus experience per fish and really good silver total on filling your net. Were you catching the crawfish and the mollusks on that same spot on Russia? Because you need both, right? All right, we're going to do this a couple more times, chat, but I'm just, I'm just not feeling sitting here with our huge setup catching. I'm not even sure that I want to switch it to our small setup. This seems really bad. Unless they're just like better at night or something. I don't know. Russia both. Okay. You must be exhausted. Honestly, I'm tempted while we're playing Russian Fishing 4 to... Yo, thanks for the cheer there, Jack Bro. I'm tempted to log into Fisher Online and just go to Russia and catch mollusks because it's kind of slow and it takes 0.1 second to reel them in every once in a while. I don't know. We'll see how the day goes. I want to get that trap finished. That crawfish trap especially. Good old Shamrock 50. All right, so it's 140 meters down right here. It's really important that this be a decent fish. For me to have a desire to stay here. Like we've caught a couple of non-markers in a row. Let me check the person that talked about this spot. Let me see what the largest fish they caught was. I may just switch over to our smaller setup. This just would be a lot less painful if it wasn't on the big setup. It might not annoy me as much. Hey, that's a great point, Twitch Prime. That's maybe the reason to consider if you're just looking for a reason to spend a little bit more on a Pilker ride. It might be to unlock stuff 5% sooner. Those drop shots, everything you can start doing, that makes a huge difference. Are you in Central Time Zone, bad boys? Like is 11 a.m. in 15 minutes, basically? You've had a busy 24 hours. Yeah, Nurgle, just trying to catch some redfish. All right, at least we got a reasonable size one, right? You hit 70% in the last 7 hours. You didn't get a single 0.1. Yeah, I'm going to work on doing some points in a little bit over 34. All right, at least we got one. Now let's see. Let me see the person that posted this spot. Let me see what the biggest fish they caught was to determine what I can switch to. All right, so they had one trophy, one of these. They had a blue ling, I think is what that fish is. Oh, everything is small. Oh, a 16 kilo cod, 21 kilo black ruff. So there's a chance, but don't we think we could at least get that in on a 60 kilo leader? 90% of the stuff, 95% of the stuff is tiny. I guess the other problem is, just thinking about this out loud, chat, this is 800 grams. So I'd have to change what lure I'm using. So it might not sink as fast. I'm not sure if that matters though. How much do these weigh? 15 grams. 15, 8. So it's 23 grams. So it's only 69 grams below here. So 69 plus, so you could basically have up to about 300, 350 maybe on the lure. What do y'all think, chat? You're in Central? Okay. If I buy the Poseidon Pilker, I basically have 60% on Marine Skill Tree, which would give me flying collar for now. No, flying collar. I've never been able to use flying collar that well. Oh, yeah, yeah. And flying collar requires a boat rod, doesn't it? Light boat rod. Okro says 60 sounds reasonable. I think it does. We're just going to have to see if there, I mean, the only thing I can't figure out is there a reason why we have this big lure? Except for maybe, maybe how fast it sinks. It's the only thing I can think of. All right. Let's take all this stuff off because we need the weight, potentially. And let's put, we want the 8.0s. 8.0. 8.0. Actually, maybe we try the pink one a little bit. 8.0. Let's go pink. And then orange, red, and then black and red. And now I think around 350 we're still okay, but 400 is too much, just barely. So 350 is the magic answer here. So we'll just do floor spilk 350. And we're fine. So what if we put on, let's try this now. Still okay. Too heavy, that's expected. Now we probably could get away with this. And if we needed it, we probably could get away with this, although I just am not sure that you need it. Maybe it helps that lure. I mean, I think we're okay. Let's just try this. Let's try this. We'll see if this works. Maybe we'll figure out together if there's a reason why people are using the huge setup for this spot. Okay. I bought it, but I returned it. I think I can hit 75 with crap setup I have now. Yeah, I think that is the safe plan, to be honest, George. Unless you're wanting to get the plus 5%. That's where maybe it's worth it. What's up, Tilted? Welcome back. Because he's...
Challenge.
Yo!
Challenge accepted.
Bad Boy's back with the Prime sub. Thank you, Bad Boys. So much support from you lately. I really appreciate it, Bad Boys. And that does lift us up to 65 subs, folks. I just think that... I think that... Oh, it's such a good reminder that some of those rig types require a light boat rod or a boat rod of some type. And does it even say that? See, I think it should make it clear which rig types require boat rods. Is it clearly written anywhere? Of course, first fish we get now that we switched to the smaller setup is probably the biggest one we've had yet. Yo, what's up, Cassavir? My dog creates. Greetings, welcome back. I think they should tell you that you need a boat rod. It should be clear in the rig's description requires boat rod. Because at least to me, it makes no sense. Like there's no rhyme or reason why one thing requires a boat rod. I gotta go get something out of the oven real quick. At least this wasn't like a, 100-pound halibut or something. I can see that happening too. Like just as soon as we switch, we hit a huge halibut and I like Alt F4, start up Fisher Online. Just kidding, chat. Just kidding. Maybe this will be our first trophy. I don't know, redfish. I feel like it is a trophy if it's a redfish, right? That's a wolffish. Hey, I just thought of another reason why it could be a reason why they might have the big lure on here and nothing else. Because if you're targeting redfish, you actually don't want to catch something on something up here. You know what I mean? Like we caught this on that lure, but if it had been a huge lure, the bite rate chances are so much lower. Then it would have forced the bite down to the gummy fire eel, much more likely hitting the redfish. So if you're targeting redfish, I kind of see why they're using that lure. It's almost like you want some kind of like ugly lure that no fish would like. Maybe the Hunter 300. And maybe that's another reason why. Actually, let's go back to this. But let's don't put any of this stuff on there because that attracts to the lure. We just want the attraction to the gummy eel. Okay, I'm starting to get it here, chat. I'll be right back. I got to get some out of the oven. Thanks, Mystic. I got the casserole out of the oven. Just needs to sit for a few minutes. I feel like we really just unlocked the code of fishing here. I had to actually come out here and do it, but to understand why the person had their rig set up the way they did. But now that I've done it, I feel like we figured it out. You've got a few more to bronze in Germany, Cassivier. That's awesome. It's fun getting those bronze medals. Ugh, another trophy down its rough. Yeah, I think it just depends on which map or whatever you're planning on fishing. I will say, now I don't remember, Cassier, if you have China or not. If you have China, it gets a lot more manageable to save up for just about anything when you have 3 efficient carp setups. So in some ways, like, I would want to prioritize that, but you can also make a lot of silver spin fishing. Like when you get to Finland, you can troll Finland with a couple of spinning rods and do quite well there as also, I think. So there's a lot of ways to do it. So where did you get 1250 silver net at? Yeah, also nice to wait and get the DLCs when they go on sale, potentially. That is one thing about Fisher Online. Premium is really cheap over there, comparatively. At Belarus? Wait, is that the pond? That's a lot of silver for a full net at the pond. You're doing good. So this is a lot slower. Why is this a lot slower? Because it's nighttime? Because I took the attractants off the lure, so all we're trying to catch is redfish and they're not active at night. That seems really good, Cassivier. I mean, we have like killed the bite rate out here. It was super fast. That's funny. Somebody was just saying how frogs are active at Old Berg. I also saw there's supposedly a really active frog spot at, was it Mosquito? Frog and bleak spot at Mosquito. What's that net called, Cassivier? Do you remember? Okay, yeah. So the good thing about the Grinding Master is I think it's the case that as you get tokens, upgrade tokens, if you decide to just upgrade that net over and over, it actually upgrades into the Grinding Master 2 and then the Grinding Master 3. I think that's how it works. I ended up just buying the Grinding Master 3, but this was like before you could upgrade them, I think. So yeah, that's good. Amar did that. Amar got the Or maybe I have the Grindmaster 2 and Amar had the Grindmaster 1 and then he upgraded it to it turned into a higher one. Blunty. Yeah, I think Blunty might have gotten that from Amar. I could be wrong though. I just remember hearing Amar talk about it and I was like, oh, I guess that is what's happening. If we had to choose between fly fishing versus continuation of saltwater, that's hard because fly fishing would enrich older maps as well. You know what I mean? But saltwater fishing has been so new and so fun. I don't know, it's a tough one. Do I get to be in charge of what continuing saltwater development looks like? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, we're not getting bites in it. It's just because it's overnight, right? It's like I'm actually physically getting tired from pumping the. I'm just gonna do it up and down like this. Hope you can sleep well, bad boys. You need some good sleep. Thanks again for the support, though. All right, I think we're off this. I think we're off this spot. I mean, it's been fine. It was good during the day. At night, it's just too slow. But even during the day, it wasn't so good that like we need to stay here. You know, is 4 hours all you need? That's amazing. Yeah, I agree. It's a tough choice. It's a good point. If you do fly fishing in real life, it'd be fun to see that in game. But on the other hand, you don't get to see stuff in real life. Yeah. The good news is ultimately, if they actually can get fly fishing to where they think it's fun and worthwhile, ultimately we get both, which is great. It just may not be as timely as we want. Okay, the other frustrating thing, not frustrating, but like I had this set up just the way I wanted it today, and now I've changed it with these gummy baits. But I think I can. What's up, Mahoney? I think I can get back there pretty easily. I don't remember what I was looking at. Let's see. Okay, that's a big setup. And that's at 75. We are close to 75. So we could do that for just a bit maybe before we go to small stuff. That might be fun. See if we can get, like, they had a really big cod on their setup. So let's try that just for a little while. That'll be exciting. Okay, so we're actually going to do... I wish I had gotten a different fish hunter. I keep meaning to do that, and I just haven't yet. But that's okay. And then we're going to do a natural squid here, 2301. And of course, the large fillet. And then the important thing with these setups, if you're going for big fish, is to make sure you're going big hooks at the bottom as well. So I'm actually going to go 10-0 on all. And then 2303, red. And then we're going to go 10-0. And we'll go, let's do the green one. Might as well do green. We could do fluorescent. All right, so 10-0, and we're going to do another red. So where are all my fluorescents? I thought I had more than just 2. I don't know, it just kind of helps with night. It rounds it off a little bit, I think. All right, let's do it. Let's catch some big fish, chat, just for a little while, huh? Let's make a little silver, and then we'll go get the small stuff and try to level up some at 34. Probably need to change the name of the title of the stream, because we're actually probably done with gummies, at least for now. All right, I want to be, like, right on that 75, like, kind of on the edge here between H and I4. Oh yeah, saving setups would be awesome. Mahoney, I think I already said hello, sorry. Yeah, saving setups would be great. Server maintenance, yeah, yesterday having to do with the prepping for a new update. Yeah, I really don't know, Mystic. I would not expect any kind of like significant content update this soon after Norway, other than some people, I guess, have said that there's been rumor that there are some like new equipment that they're on the verge of releasing. No idea if that's true or not, but I just feel like typically you get the big content update, it's usually a while after that, you know. But who knows? It was a lot of maintenance time. All right. Big fish, small fish. Oops. Spiny dogfish. Good start. Yeah, we'll see if this pink fish hunter does anything. I keep forgetting to buy like the hunter one. Seems like that's like the popular one. Okay. Oh, yeah, I need to go put the casserole up. All right, let's get one more fish in, then I'll go put the casserole up real quick. Won't take but a second. And I might get a little bowl of it. The other thing that's sad about leaving this spot, though, is that supposedly bluelings are there, and I've never caught a blueling, you know? Oh. Yeah, I need coffee. Holy cow. What's up, Scotty? Okay, I gotta go get some casserole. I might make coffee after I eat my casserole, though. I need to put the casserole up, get a bowl of it to eat, and put it up. I'll be right back. So when you say coffee order, do you mean cafe order? Is that European Hake a cafe order? Or are you really telling me to get coffee? Thank you, thank you. Fishing's been okay. I tried out the gummy eel bait stuff. I may try it again briefly because it's the spot that I was using is just right down here. But at night it was so slow. But during the day, I think it was pretty good. So I may do that briefly again. We'll see. What is this? Amber, feel any different today than yesterday? You've got a big carp on? Okay. Wow. This thing won't even drop. It's getting bites. What are we catching fish on? Natural squid. Natural squid. Okay. Oh, somebody just had a blueling. What do you think they caught that blueling on, chat? Ooh, and a big swordfish. Holy cow. It's a hake. Alright, this person had the blueling. Surely it's their biggest blueling. Hunter 1001. That's the one that I was just saying I need to get. Crap. Alright, and then this person just had a huge swordfish on the pilker. Alright. We're going to switch to the pilker. At least I know... At least I know it's the pilker. Natural squid 2307. Are you sure? Isn't that the purple one? We should put purple one instead of 2 red, shouldn't we? That's funny, Scotty. Yes. We hit we hit 80% last night. So 80.3. The points have just kept coming, honestly. Anytime I go fish for small fish, they just seem to come. Okay, purple squid. Thank you. We can switch to that. We can switch to purple squid on one of ours for sure. Because it was good yesterday. That's amazing, Scotty. You must be doing really well on silver as well. It's like, it's got to be adding up. Oh, mercy. All right, I'm going to try to get, you were at 600, now you're at 22. Yeah. I'm going to try to get a little bit further into the stream before going back to the coffee well. We'll see if we can spread out the coffee a little bit. That's awesome, Scotty. Is it still 83, still mussel and corn? Okay. And you do have PVA, right? No PVA. Wow. Okay. Are you doing spot or what are you doing? Okay. That's incredible that it's that strong without feeding the water. Oh, shoot. Ah, we'll wait till next fish. I wanted to switch this last one to the purple, or maybe the top one actually. I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, although every once in a while, Scotty, I feel like there's a spot at Amber that PVA is just not as important, especially when you're fishing with smaller baits. Like you've got, I think you're using the 15 or 16 size boilie or whatever, and corn, which are just a lot, you know, just smaller baits. So 16. So sometimes, like, I don't know. I mean, you know, PVA might change it a little bit, but I bet it wouldn't be as drastic a difference as, let's say, you know, the hot spot right now is 64.94 on double 20 boilies. Well, the difference in PVA and not PVA there might be a little more obvious, you know? Yeah, maybe so. The thing that PVA could allow you to do, though, is maybe you can move up to the 20 size boilies, do double either 20 plus 16 or 20 plus corn, and but still have a pretty good bite rate. It's a lot of mirror carp. The nice thing about mirror carp, though, is that you get a good bite rate through the night. It doesn't completely die off in the night like some carp spots will. What did I change here? It's like a little slow. Twitch Prime. That's brutal. Is this in bottom or is this in marine? %70%. Oh, that's actually, yeah, that's great. Great silver, great XP. To be catching a lot of those carp. I think amber's too big to ever say that it was not active, but amber has definitely had some ups and downs over the years. It's always possible that during the down points, we just didn't find the right spots and the right bait combinations, but there's definitely been some weeks that seem a lot better than others. This could be a decent fish. Just depends on like what it is, right? Oh, I wouldn't do 20 millimeter pop-ups at bear unless you find a really active spot betroot. I would do 15 in corn or 15 in, what's the other one? Pellets. or 16 or double 10 or yeah. I mean, I until you know if a spot's really active, bear doesn't always do great with that big a boilie. It changes. You can't say that Bear Lake is always better pop-up or boil or sinking boilies. Like everything, baits change in this game. Preferences change slightly this way and that. There are no generalizations. Which is hard to believe, I know. According to when you started playing Russian Fishing 4 or when you started fishing at Amber, you might be 100% convinced that pop-up is the way to go at Amber, or you might be 100% convinced that sinking boilies is the only answer for Amber, when in fact it changes over time. I agree with what Genji's saying. Start with something small to test spots and then build from there. Now, I might test with like a 15 boilie in corn, because if it's not active enough to set that off pretty quick, then I know all I need to know. But sometimes you can make good silver just on corn, so I think what he's saying is pretty reasonable as well. The other question is, are you changing flavors? That's the other crazy variable with carp fishing, is there's just so many flavors. Thankfully at Bear, you see a lot of the same flavors repeating. Some of the fruity flavors or cocoa and cream, and sometimes like mussel. One of those will usually be pretty good there. Amber does need patience if you're doing a lot of testing. Is it active again? I mean, it definitely has been active recently. So, yeah. I don't know about today or like super recent, but that wouldn't surprise me. It's 2167's been good for pike some. It's been good for crucian gibbles, for carp recently. Tench. Oh, awesome. So Eagle Eye, non-premium guide or grind to level 34 starts now, he says. Ooh, look at that shark. So on his trip to the Norwegian Sea, he caught Greenland shark. Wow. And it's a big one too. Wait, Hunter 300. Did you buy a Hunter 300 on your trip, Eagle Eye? Eagle Eye might not be in stream. That's interesting though. Tench trophy. I feel like the Tench trophies, at least in the past, recent past, have been a bycatch on that 2167 spot. think I would resist doing it, but that would be a temptation for me. If I was a new player, I had farmed up my carp rods and my HSVs, unlocking amber early. How much is that? I don't 17 gold. Not worth it. It's probably not worth it. It just would be tempting. Detroit says, Amber, here I come. The hard part about Amber early is then you are so far away from having PVA unlocked. And so you're going to be fishing in Amber for months and months, watching people have these major, like, amazing results, but realizing in the back of your head that almost all of these posts are about using PVA. But you can still do pretty good without PVA on Amber at times, just like Scotty's experiencing. Yeah, Twitch Prime. And Amber can be slow too. That's right, especially without PVA. There's some weeks that it just won't be doing it without PVA. Yeah, Sean Mack. And we don't remember that. We forget about that. Although I will say you still have to be pretty high to even unlock method, right? I mean, if somebody's buying Amber early, it's still going to take them probably weeks, if not months, to get to method rig. Y'all remember when method was like up here? Method used to be no problem. Is that right? Agus says, I was catching good fishes when I was low level in Amber. Okay, cool. That's good. I love Amber. Amber's, you know, if not my favorite map, certainly top couple, but oh cool, you're using the slingshot and your friend made ground bait. So what percentage do you have to be to use the slingshot? That is a lot lower, right? We're catching a lot of whiting here right now, chat. I think we're gonna move soon. Yeah, oh yeah, slingshot's very low. You get slingshot before you even get pop-up. How cool would it be if you could still see the percentages of what was required even after you've gotten it? That's totally true. It's so rare that you get a really long clip at Amber these days. Oh, do you? I didn't realize that. Let's see. Oh, you're adding a cafe's what to keep section, huh? Harvesting, wear calculator, alcohol. Have I already missed it? Buy, sell prices, general FAQ. What were we even talking about? Oh, skill trees. There it is. I see it. That's excellent. So you have it for all the fishing types? That's actually really helpful, Blunty. Thank you. I know it would be a little bit tricky to gather this information, but have you ever thought about putting a new column like for F on that saying what, if anything, it correlates with? So like, using a spinning wheel goes with obviously using a spinning wheel in bottom. I mean, or jig fishing correlates with jig fishing in the marine. Oh, you've also got the rig types you can use. That's cool. All right. I mean, yeah, how many of them are there? Like, I was just thinking you could have one, one new. Is that a column or a row? Column, and it just like in that column it just lists the other skill or skills that it correlates with. It might not be the most elegant, but if somebody was like trying to decide like, okay, do I want to put skill points in this, and then they look at that list, they might be like, oh, that also helps if I'm jigging with a spinning setup, not just marine. Okay, that pushes me over the edge. I do want to put points in it. I don't know. Okay, we're going to try to catch one or two more fish here at this spot, and then I think we're just going to move to 34. But this is the small redfish spot, but supposedly there's bluelings here as well. So I don't know. But isn't it a little tricky actually getting all that info? Like, I totally forget what correlates with what. Not all of it is as, like, I don't know if all of it makes perfect sense. It's fun to watch Blunty work on the sheet in real time. Ooh, I like that. Points also apply to. There you go. We can just cheer him on. All right. The dream here is trophy redfish or blueling. Notice I didn't say trophy blueling. I don't even have dreams that are that crazy. We'll dream of a marker blueling. How about that? And that's the great thing, actually. If you're using the slingshot with the ground bait that your friend was making, you're actually, and if you're using like size 15 pop-up boiling corn or whatever, you're probably on average getting smaller carp, but you're getting a lot of them. which also makes sense given the fact that you have a caliber HSV as your main reel. It's just everything's kind of working together there. Nice trophy crucian carp there, Biffa. The only thing I can say about being able to come out here and fish for these guys, I don't know if they're any good on silver or whatever. There are cafe orders for them enough that just having the skill to be able to do this, maybe get exactly what you need for the cafe, like, I guess that's probably pretty reasonable. All right, I'm gonna stand up just so that I'm standing up for a minute. Oh! Oh! Sean Mack. Yeah, I do have an old man grunt. My back, oof. I am so old. Oh my goodness. My body's older than my age, especially my back. Ooh, Johnny Appleseed just had a weekly record beaked redfish. We should check and see what he caught that on. Oh, what is this? I don't think redfish do this. Do blueling do this, chat? Could we have our blueling? What are langos, Scotty? Langos. No, Cassavir, this does not need to be a Hallie. Come on now. Traditional foods of Hungary? Oh my goodness. That's awesome. I gotta look it up, but I can't do anything right this second. Ooh, that's a big boy. 2.247 small redfish. Is that actually the biggest one I've caught? No, I've had slightly bigger. Slightly bigger. All right, let me look this up. We're gonna try to get one more fish here before it gets to be overnight again. We know that overnight is not where, this is not where we want to be for overnight. All right, Langos, Hungarian food. Langos, Hungarian food. Images, please. Wow. Wait, what do we have going here? This looks like... – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – It's obviously it's some sort of bread, right? Hungarian fried bread? Oh my goodness. The street food of Hungary. Woo! That it's not sweet at all. Okay. Garlic, sour cream, cheese. That looks good. That looks good. All right, I'm going to look up this other one real quick. Have we made it to the bottom? Oh, we made it to the bottom. But still, I'm going to look up this other one really quick. Oh, that's like a stew. Some kind of stew or something, right? That also looks good, if I'm being honest. All right, let's see how slow this is. It was very slow last time, but it's not quite overnight, so we might get one more fish here. Yeah, it looks good. Hey, we got another fish. This one's small, though. This did come in on the fire gummy. Yeah, 804. I think this is too small to be a cusk. I mean, it could be a tiny cusk, I guess. I think this is just an even smaller redfish, probably. All right, it's cool. It's cool that we can catch redfish. I mean, I'll say that. All right, I will. Let me just figure out this out real quick. I'm trying to remember. There was a specific thing I was wanting to try. What do I have on this one? Oh yeah, this is one of the things I wanted to try. But there was something else. I was wanting to try something with the lurker. Hmm. Alright, we'll probably just go with... I think we'll just go with the Lurker 100. Do we want to rattle or not? I guess not. It's interesting. I wonder, are redfish just too like rare at some of these other parts on the map to use them like this? I guess before we switch it all to the like shrimp and stuff, we'll leave it like this. All right, this is your national food. So this is in Georgia. Oh, that does look good. What is this? Is that egg? Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Oh, this is also bread. It's like a cheese bread. It looks like it has egg in the middle. Oh my goodness. Woo! Which one looks the best? I mean, this one looks good. This almost just looks like a cheese pizza to me. I'm telling you, my daughter, I mean, I would love this, but my daughter would just eat that up. Yeah, bread boat with cheese and egg in it. Cheese and egg pizza. Yes, please. Does cheese and egg pizza sound good to you? Yes, please. All right. Did that safe? Yeah, lurker. The question is, do we ever catch anything on the gummies here before I switch off the gummies? Copycat, trophy common roach. The weird thing about this rig is like the lurker itself typically works so good here. I don't know what it does to have like these gummies on it though. Oh my goodness. Citizen it. I don't know. Trophy Atlantic cod, nice one. That's amazing. I have a feeling that was at the 75-meter hole. Could be wrong though. My favorite food? I don't know. I'm always bad at answering favorite questions. I don't know. I really like lots of different kinds of meat. I actually like salad. Some salads at least a good bit. Pizza. I say steak. Well, meat. Um, Sometimes I like not super spicy, but somewhat spicy food. Ooh, I'll tell you what I love. I love like authentic, like ramen noodle places, like in New York City, or I'm sure internationally there'd be great ones too. But um, I really like coffee. It's not exactly a food, but Diet Coke. I drink lots of water. Do you like seafood? Like blackened fish, like a blackened fish wrap. Sometimes shrimp, if it's really, according to how it's prepared, if it's fresh. Uh, 17 kilo cusk. Now, did that come on the fire gummy? Interesting. Cusk like fire gummies, chat? Come on now. Oh, I do like some sushi. I'm not a big salmon person. I'm not sure about duck. I haven't had duck a lot, if at all. Maybe I have, but not a lot. Cuss can be like the perch of the sea. Yeah, I guess so. Also, Kinkali. Is this another Georgian food? Oh, this reminds me. So I like all kinds of pastas and like Japanese, Korean, even like Ethiopian food. I like a ton. But these kind of dumplings remind me that how much of those sort of like traditional Japanese or Chinese recipes I like. This looks cool though. I wish it would show me what's inside. Dumplings. I mean, I like most dumplings, so I probably would like those. Meat, also be done with potatoes or cheese. Yeah, I mean, I like dumplings, so I'm sure I would like those. All right, this is a weird experiment we're doing. We probably ought to get off of it and go back to I don't know. It's kind of interesting to see what might bite on the gummy. I guess the fun part of this is that the lurker itself works so good that even if the gummy's not working for some reason in that moment, you're going to eventually get something decent on the lurker. All right, let's see what that came in on. Yeah, that's the lurker, not the gummy. All right, so this is my like really small setup to try to get quick bite on stuff. Now overnight, I don't know how well this works, but I don't even think we take this down to the floor. Although you could with that foam, you could jig the foam thing, but I think we just take this down to like 15 and just get a quick bite, pull it right up and start over. Because you're going to mostly catch what, like sardines and stuff on this, I would think. Sardines and sorries. This is just about bite rate. This is about trying to level up your marine skill. I've just never done it before with the jig. I've always done it with the lurker or the, what's that other one called? Jigmeister. And those work so good, I'm not convinced that this is a better option, but I saw someone using it, so I thought, oh, I want to try that. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Good dim sum place. I feel that, Blunty. A lot of herbs and juice. Oh, that's cool. Where they push the carts. Yeah. 32 fish in 48 minutes at 83. That's awesome. So one question I have, one disadvantage of the jigs versus the lure setups might be that you don't get bites on the, like, reeling it in as much. Which that's such a key part, I feel like, of using that approach, right? Yeah, this is taking way too long. This is not the thing we're after here. All right, let's switch this back to Jigmeister. I feel like overall that's probably a preferred, for me at least. We get the Jigmeister 75. Little small hooks. Um, I don't think we want to rattle. We probably just want some colors that are attractive. Maybe red and blue, small fillet, and then everything else can stay the same. This is our small little setup that should just be a great bite rate. I normally fish the basic jig rig, same as a pilker. Yeah, so if I was going to do that, that actually probably would work better if I had let that jig rig fall to the bottom. But I was trying to test it just for like these topwater fish. That's the main reason why I have this set up, is to just do like, you know, topwater stuff right here at the top. But we could try jigging on my middle setup potentially. All right, goes to 15. Let's see if we get a bite pulling this back up. Black foam, yeah. This is interesting. What time is it? 4:16. Still a little early. Ooh, I don't know, Scotty. Did it slow down or is it persisting? Oh, it slowed down? Probably a couple hours at least. This is where having multiple spots is really helpful. All right, so we got it on the drop. That's got to be the lurker at work, right? Yeah, that's the lurker. That's awesome, Scotty. What's the weather doing? It's pretty consistent. You like the overcast. That drop 5 days from now, that could be interesting. What depth is it? You talking about this area here or like actual 66? Oh, okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. All right, let's get these gummies off here first of all. Um, kind of wish we were doing 3-0, but we'll try 2-0 at first. We could also try 4-0, I guess. Yeah, what are you actually fishing for then? Like bream? I think either is fine, for sure. Oh, moor catfish? Yeah, it's fine. Just know that a lot of times if you're fishing for a moor, you will occasionally get like a sterlet or a sturgeon. Probably you're not going to end up with a big one if you're not targeting them though, but yeah, sterlet's awesome. Every once in a while, like at least when I fished at Tunguska a lot, every once in a while there'd be a nice little sterlet spot where the sturgeon weren't active. Just catch sterlet and then try to catch the catfish at night. It's great. So, as far as I know, I think those are going to be better on float than bottom. Eel pellets are pretty dense in the shallows at the lighthouse. Oh, interesting. Were you getting it on bottom rods, or were you actually using your pilker or jig? Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, you definitely can drift for cats at Tunguska. That is true. Tends to work really well. All right. So we'll try the jigging for a minute or for a little bit here. Let's see. 2-0. What did you say? Black maggot or foam rubber fish? Foams. Okay. Oh, you didn't say black, did you? Said anything? Well, let's see what's the weeklies right now. For what do we want to look at? Green, red, red, blue, black. Where's the place? Black, red. All right, we'll try black. Yeah, that's right. Yep. Float fishing there is great, especially on the match rods. Sport match is fun. Oh, this is taking forever to drop, huh? Is there a way to make this drop faster? Maybe the weight of the jig? Eighty point 80.5. That's what we love to see. Sanir says, does anybody know what was the server problem? It took 2 days. I don't know. You mean yesterday when people were having a hard time logging in? I don't know what was going on with that. You had the best luck on place and turbot with white maggot? Oh, interesting. I don't know what size hooks and bait used for float for Tunguska. So always just look at telescopic rods weekly, and that'll at least give you a starting point. Looks like redworm, nightcrawler, mayfly larva, redworm, mayfly larva, redworm, redworm, redworm. Just for that one. I mean, you can look at the different species and kind of see what you like. Oh, it's taking forever to sink. In terms of hook size, I think I used to use 4, but I would experiment. Sometimes you might want to go a little smaller. Sometimes you might want to go larger. I think it depends on which of the fish are the most active. That kind of thing. We're going to eat a few pretzel nuggets, chat. Does anybody like pretzel nuggets? I know it's not as exotic or fun as your crazy bread foods. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll look at it, Blunty. I agree. I agree. Now there's so many maps, there's literally not enough time to like go back and enjoy all the different maps. So pretzel nugget is just like a pretzel with peanut butter in the middle. Small little pretzel nugget. Oh yeah. I actually was going to just say do it all in the same column, but the way you're doing it makes it easier to see. That's great. Yeah, that's awesome, Blunty. Great job. Safe? I think it's got to be a safe. The way it hit. Well, you know why that is, right, George? There's a reason. It's what I have on below it. Now, I could take this stuff off. And I could just focus on trying to catch the place or whatever. But the whole point of fishing at 34 for me are these fast bite rate Atlantic sorry, mackerel, that kind of stuff, which have given me so many points in marine fishing. What's up, Slip? Yes, the conventionals do share between marine and spin. There's no way I put points in both. Conventional light reels under marine, heavy conventional, light conventional, spinning. Well, there's also like two types of, I mean, there's more than this, but there's two major types of spin fishing at Tunguska. There is the little side stream with ultralight or light setup, the trout and all that kind of stuff. And then there's also the drifting or spin fishing out on the main river with all the big boys. Oh, really, Seiko? Interesting. Yeah, and then you got the top pond, which is its own thing. I feel like that's like advanced level stuff. Although you can do a little bit of bottom fishing for some things up there, right? But mostly it's just like spin fishing for the rare char. Yeah. Hey, trophy safe. Yeah, the bream fishing there is good. I don't know. Burbots don't stand out to me, but maybe they are pretty decent. Certainly the cats and sterlet and sturgeon and stuff as well. I feel like burbots don't get enough love anywhere. They used to be so fun at Quarry, but I don't know. It's different these days. Look how slow that's drifting down. There's just nothing with like good weight on it, I guess. Hey, that's a fair point. That's a fair point, George. That's a good middle ground. That's a good suggestion. I thought about that earlier, honestly. The other thing I'll do is I'll put the bigger shrimp on some of these. We'll do a combination of big and small. All right. There you go. That might give us a little bit more weight too.